in OG here. Let's see if they can turn it around on Mirage.
Yeah, I mean, we're hopping right into things. OG, they've got definitely a lot of positives in terms of you've got flameZ having a couple of rounds over on Dust, who was looking really good. mantoo as well was doing some work, so definitely want to see that come through right off the bat. Look at these odds from 1xBet, so close, just about favoring big coming into this one. And it's a quick play straight out in towards the site, and Keto off to a brilliant start, 2 clean headshots. He's going to be looking for a little bit more. Falls back into CT, he's got tabseN out to his right side, tucked in behind the ticket box as well. OG continuing to run over towards the site, and the bomb starts to get planted here.
Keto still close by though, looking for more, but tabseN steals it away from him. He won't be complaining about that though. There's no way in for OG. mantoo is in a 1-on-5. He's getting jumped at by tiziaN, but I think they're just going to get on the bomb. They've got the kit, and they've got the round locked in. It's all about, can mantoo get kills? Can he survive? He's got a couple of nice shots, and he survives with the Kevlar. So that's better than nothing, and at least they get the bomb plant. Still some superb shots, though.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, my.
It's just insane from Keto. And this is what we're talking about, right? Keto can come into Mirage and have the same kind of performances. This is one of those maps he can really carry through on. This is one of the maps he can have those star performances that he just had over on Dust too. So it's good to see him continuing that straight off the bat into this one. OG not given the best of starts. tiziaN back onto the scout, of course. Did a lot of that over on Dust too. AG is going to land right on top of mantoo and flameZ as well. So it does exactly the same amount of damage actually. 39 damage on both players. How about that for consistency? AHEs generally are not consistent at all.
Got this super scary force buy from OG with the AK in the hands of valde with some Galils and a good bit of utility.
At this point, it's really close to just being a buy for OG once you get that bomb down.
Not far off. They're going back to A though, and Big have left mid wide open to focus 3 players on this A site. So they have the chance to set up a really solid crossfire here. Keto's still going to be close by, but that MP9 will focus on connector rather than the ramp itself.
tiziaN holding for CT, nice shot onto flameZ. Now he's going to be looking for a little bit more. tabseN tries to hold, but Nico and valde getting quick kills. And Keto's come in with a frag of his own, but valde on that AK, you said it was scary, and that's exactly why. 2 kills punched in, and now Nico, he's looking for some more on this M4, and he's done that very well. Xantara's down and out, and Big get answered upon real quick. Those force buys are so scary, man. You can't, I don't know how you deal with that as a CT, but so often do we see the T's just win these rounds. When they just come in with a solid force buy in the second, it's actually more difficult for the CTs to win that.
Tough position for tiziaN too, just rotating over from B. Hasn't had the chance to do anything this game yet, and he had to just try and save there. Wasn't even allowed to do that. Nico locks him out of the save attempt, and OG come through with those rifles. Was a bit of a shame for Big that they adjusted their setup just before the play came against them. I think if Keto was still on the site, he could have done a lot more in that position with the MP9. May have been able to line up 2 kills and cause some further issues with those crossfires. Now we'll see if Big can win with the weaker buy. They've got Deegs out into this one, and Keto is barking at his teammates to come help him because he needs assistance right now. Nice shot to begin with, but Keto won't be able to get out alive.
Yeah, good shot though. Gives him a really good chance at doing something in this round for Big. And tabseN's going to be playing up on top of this stairs smoke as well. tiziaN trying to help him out. That's the bomb spotted by tabseN. A great kill onto Aleksib. And now tabseN's going to be looking for more if possible. He's going to take a Tig though. That's going to scare him off. But OG, this is a scary round. They've already lost to a lot of these Deegs. Over on Dust 2, you do not want to do it again here on Mirage. mantoo on the M4 has got the kill back. Xantara's, it's tiziaN taking the kill on the scout, and Xantara's now looking to get involved, and they've done it again! Big on the Deagles, you just can't stop them.
The bomb commits so heavily to the site there. If OG lose those fights and they still have the bomb, they can slow it down. They can go back elsewhere, but with that bomb being dropped, they have to run into the stack. And it makes it easier for the Deegs to set up some of those trade kills, to go for those jiggle peeks and bait in some shots and allow their teammates to come in from the sides. It's really well played by Big, some brilliant shots in there, but OG maybe made it slightly easier than it needed to be, and they've taken an early timeout here. OG haven't looked themselves so far in this series. A shot from tabseN making all the difference as the bomb goes tumbling into Sandwich. And there was a decision to make here for OG, but they eventually decide they do want to invest into this one. AK out for valde. It's another force buy, one that if they lose, they are going to be firmly on the back foot in this game.
Quick mid-play coming in from Big. 2 players hopping out the window. tabseN off to a really good start. 2 on the AK. Now tiziaN looking to hunt them down. tiziaN just plays with every gun apart from a rifle. He's just going to play the MP9 now, trying to get them through the smoke. He's done a lot of damage onto flameZ, but not enough for a kill. In fact, tiziaN's taking more damage himself and trying to get that kill than he's dished out. So he's just going to try and stay alive. Keto's going towards top mid. Really strong position for his AK. He's going to try and flush them out with some utility. Snappy headshot onto flameZ. Aleksib being out looking for a pick, but Keto's come in with that frag. And now just Nico. He's in T-spawn. There's nothing he can do here. It feels like Big, as much as we usually talk about the machine, the efficiency, the system they've got, today they seem to be relying a lot on individual. Not just relying, but they don't need to go to the system because everybody's playing at such an extremely high level in the play-in. It's kind of cool to see, honestly. It's a different face of Big that we don't see too often. Everybody hitting their numbers. But this has been beautiful to watch all day. And we haven't really needed to see tiziaN. And sometimes, you know, tiziaN is needed to be the difference maker to give Big that extra spice, but he hasn't really even needed to do much more than just a couple of kills here and there.
It's important to have that ability as a team to sometimes just take over with your individuals too. Because sometimes, even for a team like Big, not everything will go quite according to plan. Maybe you miss some nades. Maybe your timings are slightly off in one game and you have to rely more on your individuals. So I think it's so important that Big have that available to them, because in the past they probably were a bit too reliant on just the system and not having the fragging output. Well, now they've certainly showed us they've got the individuals here at Cologne. Easy kills here, up against the Glocks. No way into this B site. 1 kill found for valde, but tiziaN sprays him through the smoke. And that's something else that tiziaN hasn't been having to do too much so far is really use that AWP, right? Like you said earlier, it's been a lot of the scout. It's been a lot of those weaker weapons. And that's just because Big are winning so many sort of one-sided rounds that he's not even having to buy the AWP at times. But this is one of those rounds where he's got the sniper in hand and he's got a chance to show us what he can do.
Oh, a flash on the tabseN. tabseN going to start looking for these picks, but they'll have to come back away. Smoke in towards shores. The tower's going to throw his HE in the top middle, and it does quite a bit of damage onto Mantu. It's taking him down to 61. Keto's going to go on a bit of a walk down in towards ramp, and in behind him he's got his teammate as well. Nico should be dead to rights. Even if he gets one, the trade should come in quickly. There's one from Nico, but tabseN's spacing is a little off, and because of that, Nico gets both. So 2-man advantage now picked up for OG. You test Nico, you better come out with some results, and they just got absolutely destroyed.
Could be a good crossfire, but Xantares is the only man of the crossfire remaining. Seeing what he can do, but the smoke lands in his face. Attempts to go through it, but everyone's focused on his position. And tiziaN's all unable to get involved in the round. Here's a kill. Oh, no, never mind. I spoke too soon. Misses the shot. valde makes him pay. And OG get a second round on the board. Steal away that AWP for themselves, which is always a very nice swing to get in terms of that money. And you can see the impact it's having on some of these big players who are a little worse for wear, but they should still get a good buy together in this one.
Looks like a much quicker play from OG over towards the B side of the map. They've left one player in Palace just over here on his own. And Keto is going to have to try and deal with this, and he's going to do it really well. Nico peeks out into the AWP. OG have leaned heavy towards B early, but they're going to call that off. Aleksib has a different idea. He's going to call for the pack to leave B and go back and take this mid control. Make sure the Big haven't taken this. Try and force them back, limit the options that they've got. In fact, they're going to leave one prong to the approach up in the apartments, and that's going to be valde over towards B. The rest of the squad now taking control of middle. Mantu run boosted over. He'll peek into window. Zantares has changed up his position from short into the ladder room, and tiziaN will be playing with him at that short position. So right now, Big have got the choke points covered. They don't have mid control per se, but they do have control of the choke points. And OG, they still want to go towards B. And I think this setup right now for Big could work out perfectly if this short play starts to come in. You really got to deal with two, tiziaN and Zantares. You got to get rid of them quickly. I don't think that's going to be easy.
tiziaN seeing if he can take initiative, but he's been blinded. Zantares eventually comes into play, and now it's up to tiziaN on the site itself.
Oh, seriously, the AWP in his hands this time. We know what he can do with his gun, but he's going to be taken out quickly by flameZ. Zantares now starting to do his best. He's only got a flameZ, but he's been making it work real well, and flameZ gets across the default. Bomb plat starts to come in. The long spray from valde at long range has not worked out in the AK. That's all down to flameZ now. 1 versus 3. He's picked up one and now looking for a second. flameZ has done it. He's turned it into the 1v1. Looking for the ace clutch to come in. This would be a huge play from the young player. The bomb is planted towards default, and flameZ is going to go into market. Zantares has spotted him, and the headshot from the flameZ. That is lightning fast from Zantares, but you cannot count out flameZ. That was just an incredible round from him from start to finish. Just couldn't quite get it over the line. The 4K from Zantares on the flameZ Hawker, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, he was given that weaker weapon at the start of the round. Such a nice attempt, nice try from flameZ. That first fight, Keto doesn't spot him. Then he's able to turn around and quickly take that separate angle before Big really have a proper chance to react, a proper chance to figure out exactly what moves they want to make. That's exactly what you want to do in that scenario. Take that free kill and then very quickly move, very quickly look for another fight so that your opponents don't have a chance to react. And that's what he does there, forcing both of those fights. But unfortunately, Zantares was just too quick on the trigger. So OG still only with 2 rounds. And this AWP of tiziaN getting involved early in this one. And he wants more.
Yeah, he's going to go for more, but this time might get taken out. What a shot. Up to the flick on a Mantu. Absolutely no way I was expecting tiziaN to come out on top of that peak. But he's gone and done it. Now tiziaN's turn to arrive to the server. He didn't have to have the biggest performance on Dust 2, but now he's flexing on Mirage. We're showing the wealth of Big in terms of how deep this roster goes, the skill. valde and Aleksib be the 2 leaders of this team. What can they pull off in the round? Smoke up into window, Keto dropping back into CT spawn. And with just under a minute left, Aleksib has the open hand. He's also got a little bit of utility left. A smoke, a flash, and a Molotov. valde is going to try and get up into window room. He's going to be the bomb carrier as well. Aleksib B, does he try and go B here? He's going to try and smoke off Con. Take a fight into the B bomb site. Zantares not peeking. No one peeking until that peek around the corner. Keto just holding for the short walkout. And this is what Big can do now that they've got themselves in such a strong position, right? They can just turtle up, hold the setup, hold all the extremities, and valde likely to go down now as well. tabseN waiting for the execution, and it's a public execution. Zantares, or should I say tabseN, just with the 1 tap.
Nice and bold to just put 1 bullet into the head. That sort of range, I think that's where the AK can start to become slightly inaccurate, but normally you are going to get that kill. It's pretty rare to miss that 1 shot from there if you're dead on, which tabseN clearly was. A little bit unfortunate for Mantu there. He did land that shot onto tiziaN as tiziaN went for that mid peek, but clearly landed it on the leg or through the wall, so tiziaN got away on a slither of health, despite both AWPers landing effectively the same shot. Not looking too great for OG now, though. It's been a slow start to the day for them, and they haven't shown us that ability to compete individually right now. I don't think Aleksib's having many chances to make those sorts of mid-round calls he likes to make, because a lot of the rounds are over so early.
Yeah, you got to get your players to get you in those situations, right? To be able to have the mid-round, to be able to have the round open. A lot of the mid-rounds or late rounds coming in from OG involves a 2v4, 2v5, and they're just too difficult to pull off anything extreme, right? So OG have definitely been struggling on the individual front, and a lot of these early duels have been going Big's way. I don't think it's going to be any different this round. tiziaN throws the smoke down to deal with a potential Molotov, and he's going to hide inside of the smoke. Molotov of his own goes out, and Xantares is now left alone. His teammates just hiding inside of the smoke, and tiziaN getting kills. Somehow tiziaN's still alive, and finally Aleksib running over the top of him. Xantares has gone down to the Glock. The rest of the kills starting to come in now from tiziaN. He's arrived to clean up the rest. And NiKo in towards top middle, has taken damage. Down to 13, he's still trying to get rid of tabseN here. He's done a lot of damage, and tabseN actually goes down in the end. With NiKo, his position known, it's tiziaN just starting to really come into his own now. 3 kills there from the AWP. OG tried their best to get something out of that, just couldn't really figure it out.
That's the sort of round where if you put a lot of other players in that position, tiziaN's in, they just fight too much and they just die and they don't know how to get away with it. But tiziaN clearly had that protocol in his mind where if they're already really far up in those B apartments, you don't have time to run back at that point. You've got to just put his smoke down. He survives in the smoke for a long time. I think he jumped up onto the barrels while they were spamming the smoke, so they just couldn't find that angle on towards him. And so even though it's only 1 kill for tiziaN, he played a really important role in that round to make sure tiziaN had the chance for those kills. And tiziaN has the chance for another one. This time, though, traded out by valde.
Yeah, he's going to get away from that, and Keto is going to try and peek in towards top middle to give Big the advantage. And look how confident Keto is right now. I don't know if this is going to work, though. He's fully committed to this now. He has to go for it. valde's found a kill on tiziaN, and Kito's going to be hunting them down. They're trying to fall away, but Kito's got in with a kill. And now Mansu, does he dare peek Keto? Oh, what a read! To flick down and go for the second kill. Keto has really made this round doable for Big, and valde is doing everything he can right now. He's got 3. He's run out of ammo, though, and that's going to give away his position. And now it's just down to tabseN, 42 HP, and valde in with a 4K. A huge round out of valde, and he really had to drag his team through that one.
A lot of the rounds OG have won today have felt like that. Have felt like just rounds where a player has to step up and they just land some brilliant shots. There's not much more to it than that, though. There's not much that's repeatable there. It's just valde doing a lot of work. NiKo is even lurking on that A side of the map. NiKo likes to play away from the pack quite a lot on Mirage especially. He loves being that A lurker. So luckily for him, valde had to get those kills in the first place for that lurk to work. And tiziaN was again going for an early fight, but this time flashed away into connector.
You're 100% right in terms of it just not being sustainable, right? You can't really replicate that round in, round out. So we've got to see if OG can get something out of this one. tabseN's going to be playing in connector. Oh, Aleksib. tabseN, does he dare peek in the middle? He does, and he comes out with a kill. Aleksib could not trade it, so big opening there from tabseN. Grid awareness to just drop back as well, not stick around.
A few flashes over to help him. tiziaN, the man who eventually gets the flash assist on the kill. tabseN, one of those who is using the silenced M4. Nice and precise on that kill towards mid.
Been a lot of players now using that weapon. Seeing it more and more, and we had the discussion about it. You believe it's all about how the CT economy is playing out right now. You almost have to go to the M4A1S if you want to get rifles out consistently.
It's definitely part of it. Every little helps. 33 seconds. OG have not made many moves. They haven't gained much ground in this round after losing that early kill, and now they go for the B play.
Well, now they go quickly into tiziaN. He should have come out with a kill there. 100% tiziaN should have got a kill. And those kills go in for OG. 2 locked in quick succession, and now the B bomb side as well. Bigger on the save. They have no money.
Bomb has been planted.
The success that OG are having seems to come off this B site quite often. They've also had some rounds where they were shut out on B, but those were oftentimes with the weaker buys, with a worse investment. Those gun rounds have been fairly effective so far on that B bomb site. So maybe that is a read that Aleksib is making. I know in an interview we asked him about what he thinks in terms of how to adapt to playing against another team. Do you switch up your whole game plan, or do you just switch up small things? And Aleksib said he's really willing to do both on this team. He's really willing to just change a few small things if he thinks that's the best approach, and he's willing to switch up his whole game plan. If he thinks your B site is weak, he's going to hit your B site a lot. And in this round, flameZ able to find 2 early kills, gets his team into a position where the round is won. And finally, big's money is starting to run dry, and because of that, they decide to take a timeout.
I don't think OG have that many options available to them right now anyways. You just got to figure out what is working and just try and get that to go your way as much as possible. You know, these early rounds haven't been too successful for them. You know, we really have just seen them try and pop off individually. I think you just got to figure out one thing that works and just go with it as much as you can, because it's going to get you a couple of rounds, and at this point, just take as many rounds as you can get on this T side. 4 on the board already. I mean, obviously you want a little bit more than this. I think they definitely have a chance for that, especially in this round. So it should be 5 for OG. Big have started to slow down a little bit. You know, some of those individual moments. You know, for example, tiziaN should definitely got at least 1 kill. Some of the aggression has been working out, but not really finding much more than those early picks. So Big definitely got to try and keep up at this point once they get their money back in. This gun round's got to look good for them.
Oh. Hello, Nico. That's a nade from your teammate. tabseN winning the first fight and making it a second headshot with that silenced M4. A single point of health that he'll get away.
Twitch chat all spamming 1 right now.
Get the ones out in the chat.
Yeah. tabseN just about staying alive. And just about staying alive is going to be enough because they're going to get him into Ninja.
I love that boost. I love it.
Yeah. Low HP, just fire him up in the Ninja boost. Give him some cover. Distract with the pistols, allow the rifle to get more out of it. I think this could work.
tiziaN doesn't even want that M4. He believes in tabseN on the 1 HP. He doesn't have the Kevlar, so sticks his teammate with it. Good patience for OG, and they are again going back to that B bomb site. So let's see if they account for tabseN.
Even with tabseN up on the boost, I still only think he gets 1 here with how OG are approaching the bomb site. So I still think it should be OG taking this unless tiziaN can get a couple of kills, and tabseN doesn't get a single frag. He gets pushed from short and the pistol goes down as well. Another kill though from Xantares. It's the Deagle that's showing up here in the round for Big. And now it's just valde. Can he do it again? Can he pull OG out of a hole? He can't do it. OG again lose to the low buy. And to be fair to them, they do die mostly to the better weapons, right? They die to the M4 of tabseN, they die to the AWP of tiziaN. Then just 1 kill from Xantares is enough, but this ain't good enough for OG.
They know it as well. Look, 12 rounds in and they have 1 timeout remaining. They know this is not good enough. They're taking these timeouts. They're trying to figure out what's been going wrong. But a lot of these are just moments where their individuals simply aren't winning fights, or they're getting into okay positions, but Big are just playing pretty well individually and they're landing their shots. And that's the hardest thing to figure out, because there's no real solution to that other than play a bit better, boys. And I say that jokingly, but it's also just that Big are playing to such a brilliant level individually that we just weren't maybe expecting from every single one of these players. OG, I think, have had a bit of an off day, but huge props to Big for the way they've performed on an individual basis.
Yeah, I mean, strong start to the day from OG, but when it's come up against the real competition, it's not really got going so far. Big are just loving the fact we're on a LAN environment again. They're really clicked together today. tiziaN going for a peek down in towards top middle, spotted the barrel. Aleksib is taken out. tiziaN is so confident. You can see the confidence right now for Big. They're going for these early mid fights. They're going all the way up to top mid. Maybe a little too overconfident there. Mansu getting the trade kill. tiziaN just hanging around a little too long, staying in the open, giving away his life.
It still just feels like OG are struggling to find that foothold in these rounds. Like they let that happen up mid. They do get the trade kill, but they're still playing pretty far back. Not much map control. They still haven't taken anything towards mid. Valde's up close towards B, but they have to get that mid control first to get a chance to set up their play.
Yeah, they're playing real scared right now. They're letting Big do whatever they want. Big are just abusing them with some of these early plays, and luckily mistakes starting to be made because overconfidence breeds mistakes, right? So I think it's certainly opportunities there for OG. A B split could work. They keep going towards the start of the map, but Centaurus often has been up in this ladder room. Do they expect him to be here? He's going to drop down and look into mid instead, and oh, that does leave a bit of a weakness in towards the B bomb site now. We'll see if they can hold it on. Is Keto looking to try and take them down, or run short towards bench, nearly gets the double, but that's not going to be enough. Instead, it'll be tiziaN that's come over quickly, and he hasn't been able to take a kill. So, yes, valde's on 2 HP. flameZ is on 12. This retake still looking very good for Big, but the kills can come in, and flameZ has found one of them. It's now only tabseN, and look at valde. He went around the other side through the market window and got in behind. That B split works out, and I think it's that drop down into window from Centaurus that actually loses in the round there. Because he could have helped out Keto from short.
Oh, Mantu just getting a great shot there to actually make that kill happen, to his credit. OG are just going back to that B site time after time, though. That's the only place where the rounds are coming close. It still requires some heroics, almost, from these OG players. When you get into a 2v2 like that, you're not fully confident, but valde plays the late round really well. And now Big have a couple of AWPs alongside these pistols, and the Deegs could do it again.
They could. Never count Deegs out. I mean, this is actually just a full buy at this point. tabseN getting a double. valde at least getting the double kill back, so we're still at a 3v2. We're still in a round where valde could do enough again. He's the hero! valde with another one, looking for the ace. There's just one player left, and it's Keto. Can valde get it? He's so close, but finally shut down. And now into the 1v1. Mantu versus Keto. Keto making the quick relocation up towards short. He failed the jump, and that saves his life. Because Mantu was holding forward, and now he knows he's got time to run for the bomb plant. He's got time to get those digits punched in. And Keto, is he going to go short? He is indeed. Mantu has to figure out, where did he go? Did he go back towards window? Did he go towards short? And he gets the information now. It's short that he will have to fight. And Keto's moving up. He's got some utility left here. Mantu trying to dance around the box. There's no kit here for Keto, so he's got limited time to play with. And Mantu's got the angle, but Keto in with a kill. And he'll throw the smoke down just for safe measure. He gets onto the defuse, and OG, even with an insane 4K from valde, it's not enough for the round win. What more can valde do?
He's trying so hard right now. He's trying so hard to win them rounds. He's got the most kills on the server, and they're losing 9-5, and it's another round that should go their way when valde makes this play.
Like, this headshot here is just, oh, it's insane from valde. It's just not enough. He came so close to the ace as well.
Yeah, it's a shame at the end there that he goes for that final fight, which you can't blame him for, but it gives away that bomb on the site, makes it a much more difficult position for his teammate. You can't blame it at that point, though. No. He's been tasked with doing absolutely everything to win them that round. Assist, and dropping into underpass again. Saw him make that play previously. Very confident right now on these aggressive plays early. Last round of the half. Couple of Deegs in play for OG, but they're going straight back to B. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, this is the B simulator right now for OG on this T side. And Centaurus, usually so clean on the FAMAS, not this round. He goes down, and oh, tiziaN, he's gone down as well. Aleksib B with 2 huge openings, and now the B side attack. It could work out. tiziaN's run out of ammo. He's got to get more than that. And Nico running over the top with a deagle. Not enough done from the big defense. They have crumbled. And in this last round of the first half, it looks like Aleksib B with a double opening is giving them a much-needed 6th round here. Unless Keto can pull off some heroics, we know he can do that. We know Keto. We've seen him so far in this tournament. He's been unbelievable, and he goes back in. If you're valde, you really need to win the fight, and he's done it. It is 6 rounds for OG. It's not the worst-case scenario, but it hasn't been that clean from them. This man on your screen, valde, doing as much as he can. We'll see if it's enough to get them a map win as we come back for the second half. tiziaN and Xantares in tandem, but this Palace play, it's ready for it. Xantares just looks up there with a headshot. Another clean pistol. This is just disgustingly good for Big. And flameZ has no chance, truly, at this point. They're just hunting him down. They're looking to add him to the collection. Back to the graveyard you go. 10-6 for Big. These pistol rounds, it's just so one-sided.
Clinical is the word that comes to mind for these pistol rounds for Big so far. Not missing a beat, not missing a shot, even taking a timeout after winning the pistol and just saying, let's just marvel in our own success for a second. Let's just be proud of what we've just pulled off, because they just dominated the pistol. Let's have a look at these shots from Xantares. Dink and a shot to the body, and he's just looking at Palace the whole time. He's ready for it. He's ready for that second player to peek him. Lovely headshot from tiziaN. No chances for OG, and now this force buy becomes all the more important for them. 10-6 down. If you lose this, Big can build some money, can get to a really comfortable position. So OG need to dig deep to win this one. They might need valde to come through for them to win this one, because he's been their main man so far.
Yeah, it really has. You know, coming close to winning some ace rounds, just really doing so much work for them. OG needed him in the first half, and he delivered a lot. Look at this from OG. Triple push in towards ramp. flameZ alongside mantzy pushing down into ramp. Big are going to have a couple of players looking to go up short. In fact, 3 players, and they're going to put tiziaN in towards connector. Aleksib over on the B bomb side. He's positioned himself up here with a scout. Teammates close by, and this valde with a deagle. Often you see those 2 players play together. At least you have done so far on Mirage. But OG have decided to come back away from that ramp progression. They're going to start turning their attentions in towards middle. Big have slowed this one down. It looks like they want to go for a B split, but tiziaN and connector could find a couple of kills here.
Oh, nice shot from tiziaN. Although NiKo will trade him out. tabseN tapping through the... Oh, and now valde tries to come in, but tabseN's so ready for them. NiKo looking to see what he can do, but k1to backs away. tabseN on a tear in this round. He didn't want 1, he didn't want 2, Dinko. He wanted a full 3-course meal. That last kill was a tasty dessert.
I don't know what you can do right now against Big.
Man.
I don't know what you can do against Big. I really don't understand where this has come from. Big are just insane. They are just so good individually. They are looking so crisp. tabseN just rolling back. I mean, we know he can be such a good player, but this is tabseN before he took up IGL duties, man. This is tabseN just let loose. These headshots coming in, just everything's working out for Big. This has been so fun to watch Big throughout the day. I'm so glad we've got both of their games today on the stream, because they have just been so exciting to watch play. OG, they're on a couple of pistols again here. It's most likely Big start to pick up some monies. tiziaN again just being sent forward with the MAC-10, but this time dispelled by the P250, but the quick reply coming out of the A ramp. tiziaN, second kill, making a third. 3 kills taken down very quickly. mantzy and valde left alone in this 2 versus 4. And Big with a bomb plant. It's 12 locked in now. OG got to start considering their options going into the next gun round, which is coming up right after this. And I think k1to's about to make that pretty quick.
Oh, he is traded by mantzy, but not before getting a good kill. Lovely reposition to tap into Xantares, who had no idea that mantzy could be in that position already. And that's an AK stolen. So mistake made, really, by Xantares. No need for him to push there and risk giving away the premium rifle. Big have got to rein that in slightly. Don't want to be giving away too many chances to OG. Obviously, no way he was going to win the round. But that AK could well make a difference. Still a nice round from Big, though. Sending tiziaN in as that scout towards mid. As soon as he spots a few players, you have the entirety of the rest of your team ready to burst onto A. You know there's not a stack there. You know that you can focus on just getting maybe the 1 early kill and then cut off that mid rotation. That's exactly what happens. And now into round 19. Let's see if they can keep it up into the gun rounds.
Oh, a Molotov starting to burn away. In towards connected to prevent some of those early peaks from the CT side. But a slow round here from Big, just taking the time in the default. They know they're going up against rifles here. We're going to have that 2-1 split. So just a default, leaving tiziaN over towards B, 2 in towards mid, and 2 towards A on the T side. Initially it was 2 towards A, but now they've just left Xantares over here alone. And they've stacked up in towards middle. Looks like Big want to go for a mid-round play into mid. Once again, I think it's going to be the B split coming in from them.
CT smoke deployed into connector. One comes back from Big so that they can sneak into that position. Nade from Mantu could be good. Somehow does 0 damage, and Keto.
Oh, Aleksib gets caught with a nade in his hand, and that's going to be a big opening. And now they're going to try and figure out, do they want to go towards B? Nico throws down an incendiary, tries to delay them. In fact, he severed off tabseN, who just keeps running forward without his teammates and gets an easy headshot. Keto is just hitting everything today. flameZ has to run away. OG are getting toyed with, and I don't even know what they can do about this. I think it's respectable that they're even attempting to play on the server right now. What they're playing against is unplayable.
My God.
Keto is just hitting everything today, dude. They're really enjoying these LAN swings, aren't they?
The Xantares peak on LAN. They're all doing it.
And for flameZ as well, right? He's been playing in Israel for pretty much all of his career. He's over finally having a few boot camps in Europe. He's probably just adjusting to playing normal ping in European matches. Now he's playing at LAN with against Big. Yeah, this is going to be an adjustment period, I'm sure.
It's been a tough game for OG so far. It's been a brilliant day for Big, though. So exciting seeing these teams emerge. It really feels like a huge difference here for Big, playing here at Cologne. Whatever it is, probably the LAN, probably Cologne being a part of it. They were likely building into this tournament, wanting to do a lot here for their home country. And Xantares is sprinkled in there too, with a Turkish flair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Xantares brings all the fans, all the wonderful Turkish fans, all of you in chat right now. We love your support, so shout out to the Turkish fans watching right now. But OG, they are not feeling so comfortable. Another timeout used. That's the last one.
The timeouts haven't been doing much for them so far, in all honesty, because you can see the problems are just them getting shot in the head most of the time, and that is not something that is easy to fix on the fly when your opponents are landing such great shots. It's hard to stay on top of these situations. They've got to go now, OG, if they want a chance in this series. Remember, the winner of this qualifies for Cologne. The loser has further chances here in the play-in. And even getting to the play-in. A lot of strong teams here. Highly competitive so far. Big have been able to break through all of that, though. And they're looking good to make it right now. 13-6 lead. OG need this round, otherwise it's hard to see them finding any way back into this.
Xantares is about to come towards ramp. Flashes again going over the top, this time to peek and clear the close angles, but immediately upon doing that, there is a CT smoke from OG coming in. So again, it looks to be maybe that drop back from Big. They're going to put some late mid control in. It looks like this time it'll be the A split though, if they are going to go for a split. So it'll be connector, one player in Cologne, but the rest are coming back over towards the A side for an execute. flameZ is going to be playing close, and Xantares takes his head right off. It's a fantastic start there for Big into what is going to be their execute in towards the A bomb site. Mansu doing a good job of getting that trade kill back. Now he's looking for a little bit more. Waiting for the attack to come through, not too far off getting that, but Xantares hits the headshot. tabseN goes down quickly to Aleksib. 3v3 still for OG, still doable in the round. A much needed round for OG. They can't afford to lose it. And Xantares just keeps going, keeps tearing a hole in the defense. And finally Aleksib puts an end to him. It's Keto and tiziaN looking to hold down for the post plant. valde and Aleksib need to move in together. They spotted the head of Keto. He has been tagged. Well, only 3 HP damage has been done, and that Molotov helping matters out. He's down to 15, just staying alive, delaying, drawing attention to himself, and just allowing his teammate tiziaN to stay alive right now. He's got one, and now looking for the second. He couldn't do it. valde gets in with a kill, but isn't enough time. He's going to get onto the defuse. He just picked up the kit. It's going to be close, but valde should have it, and that's going to be OG with 7.
Oh, so tough for Keto there, just trying to do what he could from that position. Got dinked twice, but it only did like 3 damage both times. He gets mollied 2 times. Eventually the second molly finishes the job. And unfortunately, tiziaN wasn't in a great position to just try and swing and take a fight while all that was happening. He was sitting in sandwich, hoping that he could trade once his teammate was taking the fight. So a good first shot, but then you're stuck in that sandwich position. And valde was the last man remaining. Mr. Reliable for OG. Steps up when they need him. Still more to do for OG against a buy and what could be a quick B play.
Yeah, this could be a real quick B play out of B, and this might just be the right call, but look at that. NiKo catches a play, not even looking at him. Keto dies out into the site, and it's so clean here from OG. Every kill you could have wanted, all going their way. And this B attack has not worked out at all. In fact, it's OG with a flawless round, not a single point of damage done.
Big trying to rely on the pace there. They didn't have those smokes into short that you sometimes see. They were just hoping they could flash their way out into the open initially. That first man running in doesn't even look towards short. He's fully focused on the site, hoping that his teammates could maybe trade him from the apartments if that player from short were able to shoot some bullets towards him, but that didn't happen. I think we may see Big go back to some more standard rounds in the future. Maybe not in this one, though. They'll have to get a little creative, a little funky in this round with the weaker buy. And again, it is those Deegs that have been so good all series long. NiKo could be in trouble. Xantares with the trade. Wants to see if he can find more, but he'll happily take that AK.
Yeah, he'll just upgrade his deagle. I don't even think he really needs to upgrade the deagle at this point, but he'll happily do that. He has to be careful of the flank of valde potentially in towards short. He doesn't want to go into the ladder room because you've got a real chance of losing your life there. So now Big start to think about their walk into the A bomb site. Gonna try and get that bomb up through connector, and right now valde still trying to get something done, but in the meantime, Xantares has just killed the window player. flameZ has gone down again. The deagle's coming out for Big. Mantu's got to try and figure out how he's going to get through the murder hole, and now he's just shut down. There's nothing you can do against Big's deagles. It is unbelievable the consistency they're finding out of winning these rounds. We talk about it, you know, you can never really count out Big when they're on the deagles, but it feels like this point, you can't win when deags are out for Big right now. They're just winning them with such consistency, time and time again.
That comes from tiziaN starting to sneak onto that A site. That's what it comes from. He's starting to sneak up. I'm not even sure if OG spotted him, honestly, but they try to rotate. Xantares is in a great position to cut that off. Then tiziaN sneaks in for the kill, and it's round over at that point. I know what OG will be having dreams about tonight, Dinko. They won't be dreams. They'll be nightmares of these rounds, of all these Deeg moments.
It'll just be constantly like, is flinching because you're just getting deeked constantly in your sleep. It's just been awful so far for them. And I think you got to hand it as well to just the Big's performance. It's the Big we've seen last year and last summer, right? This is the Big we've seen back then. They've been resurrected upon entering the Cologne lab.
tiziaN pressuring out on this B site. Smoke will stop him from moving into that advanced position. However, he makes some noise over on B. Over on A, though, nice shot from Mantu. Fast flick initially. No one there to trade on the big side. Keto hears this, though.
Yeah, he does hear that. Altu's left side, tiziaN is actually going to get spotted in behind, even after his kill. It's not good enough because flameZ just spots him over the top of the connector smoke. And now Keto really does become his job to try and make the play out of Palace here, and he has been spotted. A quick dink up there. He's still got to deal with the Underwood player, and his teammates are falling down around him. Aleksib is under wood right now, and Molotov's not going to be used to clear out that position. Instead, he's going to use it for stairs. I think at this point, it's actually worked out for him. He's going to drop down onto Aleksib, but tiziaN quick on the trade. Headshot comes in, but it's still a 1v2. 9 seconds. Not enough time, really, to get this bomb plant down, so it should be death immediately upon punching the first digit in. And valde confirms a 9th round for OG. They're not done yet. OG still in the game right now. As much as Big are incredible on the deagles, I wonder if they'll do it again here. tiziaN has a lot of money. I wonder if he just goes for the AWP and everybody else buys Ds or AKs, because that's certainly something Big can win with, or they can just go for the full investment and get as many rifles out as possible, and that's exactly what they've gone for. This could work for Big.
Can't blame them for going for this with how this game has gone so far.
Yeah.
tabseN's still sticking with that SG. I think the fire rate cost him in the previous round. Mantu's rolling now, though. Back-to-back early kills, and Nico lines them up. Quick fire double in towards mid. This round is already over. They don't even have the bomb. They're just looking for kills.
Much better from OG. You know, just holding on. Those early picks, sending Mantu out to try and get some confident peeks going. Peeks in the underpass. Previous round, he was peeking it down in towards ramp early on. You know, just getting Mantu involved in the early rounds can get you some of these advantages. It allows you to feel a little bit more comfortable, especially if you can stay alive after getting those picks as well. And then the lineup here is a little bit lucky for Nico, but he does well to take both players down. 14-10. It's not done yet. OG can certainly pull this one back, especially with no money in the bank now for Big. Should be 14-11 for OG. Who knows? They might get something going here on the CT side, especially if Mantu's starting to wake up.
We may have to see more from someone like flameZ in some of these upcoming rounds. I think he's been playing on that A site, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, Big could start to try and challenge his possessions in some of these future rounds.
Also, you know, we've seen earlier on what a CT Opera Mirage can do, right? We've seen ZywOo turn around a game completely. That is ZywOo, but it just shows if that can be supplemented by some rifle support, Mantu can definitely start making a huge difference here for OG. We've got to see that come through, though. It's a full Glock round here for Big. So ideally, they would love a bomb plan, but also you can just take this as a bit more of a pause. Just slow things down. Just start to realize, okay, this game's not done yet. Let's try and put it away as quickly as possible. Let's not let OG get back into this, because we know OG, they can get back into games. They love overtimes. It's almost like they thrive in those situations.
Definitely no stranger to those close games. I would expect Big to go back to something more from their playbook, more structured in their next gun round. We could certainly see one of the B plays that they love to run, where they go for the B site execute quite early. They'll have a bunch of flashes over the top, bunch of early smokes, and they'll just try and use the pace onto the B site. I wouldn't mind seeing that come through, although the concerning thing is then you're running into valde, who's been OG's best player by far throughout this series. So that's something you have to take into account. 35 seconds here. Big will have to get a move on. They have to go out eventually. And they've done some damage onto Aleksib. Shouldn't be any way to win the round, but maybe some damage. Maybe they'll try and fake a bomb plant.
Oh, Mantu and Aleksib just making it so nice and easy now. Cleaning it up, and tiziaN's going to try and get a bomb plant. But, you know, Alex, we talked about this earlier. The matchmaking strat of everybody trying to rush one side of the map, I'll slip out and get a bomb plant. Doesn't work. I think it's Stoltz working around MG too, to be honest. So someone should tell Big that.
Buy's about to come through. Let's see if they do go for that B play I was talking about. Let's see if they do buy first. They're taking a lot of time here. How much do they want that AWP? They want it a lot. They really want to make sure they have that AWP, they have the proper full buy, or maybe they just want to close it out with Deeg Stinker.
Yeah, maybe this is the real serious fist, right? Because the Deagle's out. But as much as we joke, it should be Aleksib and his squad taking a 12th round here, and especially with that opening pick, Aleksib peeking into middle. tiziaN's out of play quite early. Big are definitely trying to close this as soon as they can, right? Saving up, getting that AWP out, getting the rifles, all the utility. They feel like that's going to be their best chance moving forward, or maybe here. Flame should have taken that kill. I think Kita's given a little too long there to react and get his frag. And now Mantu getting over as well. He's taking damage. He's down to 3 HP. Not like this, OG. Not like this. valde at least starting to recover the round. He's got a kill on tabseN, and once again, the man advances right to the smoke. Aleksib is ready for tiziaN. He takes that headshot and just falls back in behind his smoke. And valde, look at this. Looking for Xantares, and he will get him. Keto, another deagle shot for him, 2 in the round. And now it's picked up an M4A1S. 45 seconds left for Keto. If he pulls this round off, I don't know what we're going to have to call him. We've got to come up with some crazy nickname for him because Keto has just been on one today. He's going to throw the Molotov into the T apartments. That does separate valde off from NiKo. Keto would have to be incredible to be able to get this kill. And valde, with his elevated position, gets a 3K. valde has been very good so far for OG. Even at the beginning when things were looking rough in the first half, valde was still really solid. 25-14. But here comes his buy, Hawker.
tabseN is still down to a Galil, despite the heavy save for this one, but everyone else will have exactly what they want into round 27. And it has turned into a close game here. Against the odds, OG have come back into it, despite Big looking brilliant. OG have done well to turn it round, done really well to hang on in there. Now maybe that belief is starting to build on the OG side. Mantu's AWP has been successful in the recent rounds in some of these early fights. He's not getting given that chance this time, though.
Oh, tiziaN. He's going to try and get an opening. They've been saving for this AWP, but better get something out of the round. tiziaN searching for his first victim in the round itself, and Mantu, who's really started to warm up, is about to get the opening. Keto down. Quick kill from tiziaN, but Aleksib was also in middle. And Mantu with a wallbang kill. Really good start here for OG. They're off to a flying start into what is one of the most important rounds of the game so far. If OG win this, they're right back in the game.
Slow mid take with not many nades for Big, just not successful. They needed to rely on those trades, but it's not easy to trade out that AWP of Mantu. Here comes the push up short. The B site is somewhat susceptible, but valde is in a strong spot.
He really does have a good angle to try and deal with this. tabseN is the first victim of the M4, and tiziaN the second. Really good stuff from OG. Starting to pull this one all the way back. Could be a real 30-rounder, and perhaps OG can force us to that third map after all. It's been a big turnaround from Mantu as well, and Aleksib be a little bit more proactive. valde just really continuing to be the good player that he has been throughout this map. So now that he's not alone in that front, we're seeing a much better OG. Bigger down to a 4-spy. They've gone into this one. Not everything. They've decided to put a couple of upgraded weapons in there. Galil, Deagles here and there. They have got money for the next round though, but this is the best chance for OG to try and tie up that scoreline.
Big would love to have another one of those crazy round wins here though. They've been winning them throughout the series so far. Now would be the perfect time for it. They've got the early kill.
Oh.
flameZ has to step up on the hold, and he's got Aleksib here to help him. It looks good for OG now.
Yeah, that's a really good hold in the end, right? Usually when those rounds are working for Big, they were getting that first kill and then they were just spiraling, right? They were getting the follow-ups really quickly. But it's good from OG, you know, you lose that first opening to the Deagle, but as long as Aleksib and flameZ are finding those follow-ups, that's all that really matters, right? You just get the rest of the cleanup coming in. But Big did save for this last round, and they're going to go and try and get map point right at round 29. AWP out for tiziaN, AKs for the rest. Are OG about to do this? Are they about to find map point before Big?
The comeback's looking good for them right now. They've done well to get to this point. Mantu continues to try and play proactively. Spots no one in the B apartment, so he calls that clear. Calls for his teammate to be on their tippy toes elsewhere on the map.
Yeah.
Got to be ready for a potential mid or A play right now.
This A play is going to be the correct call, and 3 players over here right now for OG. A real chance to get map point. Big have got to get these entries. They've struggled in recent rounds now just finding those follow-ups. Aleksib has been a big part of that on this A-hole so far, and he's going to go down quickly from tabseN. Aleksib out of play. valde's over here, though. He's been so difficult to break down, and now flameZ in one of the most important rounds of the game so far, helping out, and valde on the double kill. tiziaN fights back. And while it's a bit of bite and Big left yet, NiKo and Mantu, but look at this flank. NiKo in behind, tiziaN has no idea. And that's a kill from nico. It's put it all on tiziaN. The German sniper needs to find a way to win this round. He's going to pick that bomb, and he's going to run all the way over to B. And right now, nico's trying to get back to mid in time, and tiziaN, he's going to go back into underpass, into middle once more. 28 seconds left. nico, oh, it comes down to whether or not he looks back into connector, and tiziaN has no idea. Oh, nico's going to find it. 15-14. OG reach map point first, and it's looking likely we're heading to that third map.
And now Big have to do it with a weaker buy. It was looking so good for them. They were looking unbeatable earlier in this game, and it suddenly slipped away from them so quickly. OG were able to mount this comeback. valde up at 29 kills has been so important to get them to this position in the first place. They've got a chance to go ahead and take us to a third map right here, right now. Let's see if Big can find something, though. They've got a couple of AKs. It's not an awful buy. They're going to see what they can do early over on B, and here
valde.
comes the aggression.
This is crazy from valde. He's looking for that 30 and a little bit more here. He's going to try and shut down the round before it even gets going. valde, this is a ballsy play in a round like this, and I think he's got away quite lucky there. I think he was about to go down. So valde getting out of there alive. Gets a lot of info from it as well in terms of how many players are actually towards B at the beginning of this one. Wonder how Big react to that, because he didn't get the kill, and that does worry them slightly. A minute left, and they haven't budged. They're going to throw some utility in towards A. It's the top connector smoke coming in from Big. Flash over as well, but they're certainly still going towards this B bomb site, and valde's got a much better position now to deal with this. He's got nico over towards short, who has been silent but deadly in terms of the kills he's been able to find. And now here come Big. The final attack, into the B bomb site. tiziaN leading the charge. The MAC-10 goes in. nico pulled through the CT smoke, and now it's valde looking to hold on. He's looking for the picks. He's got one, just not more than that. Keto and Zentaris burn away and shoot away the defense. It's looking like overtime's a possibility, but Aleksib is going to try and change that. Running through the smoke, gets one in the HE, but tabseN quick to reply. flameZ has been tagged up on the cross. He's down to 12. He's really trying his best to get the fights back in, but kills have come through. mantu has dealt out damage onto tabseN, but it's again all in the young player of flameZ. He's been quiet. He's been under pressure, and it's not enough. We're going to overtime. Big, they could do this. They could take the 2-0, but OG have pulled a comeback. We're going to a short break, and we'll be right back to figure out who is going to be the winner.
Big have to find some solutions now on their T side. They struggled to close the game here earlier in regulation. They've got to show us what they can do in OT. They've had a bit of time to think things through. Another slow start to the round. tiziaN gets himself established on the mid control early. OG are hanging around though. Loads of players near mid. We might see a play into mid here from OG if they flash themselves in for these fights.
Smoking towards window. Good kill from tiziaN. He's going to look for another one, but mantu, through the smoke, has actually taken tiziaN out of the play quite quickly. 40 seconds left, and now Big look to try and hit this A bomb site. Aleksib got a good read of this. He's got over with his teammates. flameZ is over there to help him out. Quick rotation over to CT is starting to come through from mantu. But right now, Big are getting in towards the site. They're getting that bomb planted. A kill through the smoke from flameZ onto tabseN has drawn it back into a doable scenario. In fact, a favorable scenario when tiziaN, with a quick headshot, just one though, before going down quickly to the AUG of valde. And now they're putting pressure on Keto. I do not envy him in this spot. He knows he's dead to right, so Zentaris has so much work to do. And Keto peeks out, a double kill. He gets stuck on the ladder, but now it's a 1v1 up against valde. Flash out from Keto, just staying alive, bringing the pressure, and valde's gonna wait for the peek. And it's the patience actually right there for valde that pays off. Keto, all he had to do was wait for valde to come to him, but valde waited for the peek out.
Bomb has been defused.
Perfectly played by valde there to wait. He knew the peak was coming. He knew that it was going to come eventually, just buys his time on the angle. It was a nice response from Big. I like how quick they were to react. Once tiziaN got that kill at mid, they called for the quick A play. There was a small gap in the smoke, which I think was a bit of an issue for them. They had to get that plant down safe too, which doesn't help them in the post plant, but it was still a nice fast response. Still put them into a very winnable position, just not able to put it together in the post plant this time round. They have to go again here. Plenty of money here in OT. There won't be any economy issues. Nades going both ways early in this round. The CT is using that ramp smoke. Big are much more content to sit on their side of the map though. Generally haven't been putting too much pressure on early in these rounds, but this time they've gone for some nades towards B, faking that B exec, but look at the counter aggression. flameZ flashed in. That's a brilliant kill to find.
And flameZ has been so much more comfortable, hasn't he, over the last couple of rounds. flameZ goes down this time though, 2 tabseN in towards that ramp, and tiziaN now getting a very important kill. Aleksib down, and this looks like Big are gonna have this round. mantoo and valde have to pull off a very difficult 2v4, but if there is 2 players to do it, it would be these 2. They're going to start coming back over at valde in towards connections. Here's the scoped in. Quick shot from valde. He was underneath the scope. And that bomb's not down yet for Big. tabseN's also low in HP right now. This could work out for valde if he gets the chances. He's going to start moving forward. Quick shot onto tabseN, and now suddenly the flank becomes a big issue. mantoo, if his teammate had got that kill, there's a real chance for the win there, but valde hadn't got the opportunity to take down that quick ramp kill, and now mantoo's got to be aware, and he is. Really good shot from mantoo. He's got full utility for this as well. Up against k1to. He's going to start looking for the fight. The swing out from k1to. Good rifle, good positioning. That was almost a nightmare for Big. That was a 4v2, and valde just kept moving forward, just kept getting kills. He's unkillable right now, 34 and 17.
As soon as he gets that kill in connector, it does cause a lot of chaos for Big. They can't plant open anymore. They have to plant safe on the site. k1to played that really well, though, because tabseN runs off the site initially, so OG assumed that the site's going to be likely clear. They think they've killed that bomb planter, but k1to was also on the site with tabseN, and they never gave away his position. So once it comes into the one-on-one, he can play up on that site box, knows where the final player's coming from, and can peek at the right time to catch him off guard. Ooh, tiziaN getting a chance to take a shot at mid. Not connecting this time round, though. Oh, k1to is, though.
Yeah, k1to is still feeling it right now, but through the smoke, he'll go down. And from 0 to 0, that quickly, that far, k1to, and now valde is being tested again. They're not even looking towards the van, and that's going to be an easy kill for valde. A second in as well. He's just tearing them apart right now. valde goes back for more, and mantoo closes it. 17-16 for OG. They lead the way going into the second half of overtime. Wasn't flawless, so they haven't got those map points, but they're only 2 away from doing so. If they win 2 rounds, they've got it. The victory will be theirs here on Mirage.
So scary going into this B site. You know valde's playing here. You know he's been playing so well. Peeking in and out from this angle and using that AUG so wisely. mantoo was one of the... Oh, sorry. valde was one of those players who was saying he thinks the AUG is really good. This was a while ago, but he still has a lot of faith in that gun.
Yeah, and you
can't blame him. Yeah, exactly.
Love this from k1to. Confidence, aggression. Will it work out? And it will. Good pick. k1to finding NiKo. That's a big opening kill on the light spotted as well. mantoo goes down. tabseN. He could get another one here. Just about getting away with one. But no second kill for tabseN. But the itchy goes in after it. k1to doing great work again. He's looking for his 30 bomb now. Aleksib is going to try and come over the top of the smoke. This could really work out for him. k1to can't see him. Has he eventually spotted him? k1to's going to go down to valde.
That's the thing you can do with that lurk smoke. Go through either side of it. Aleksib having to make a hero play, realizing they've got to do something. And tiziaN unable to take his opportunity, so the bomb will be planted. tiziaN not there in time.
Santaris is an itchy grenade as well, so that could be death to Aleksib if it's put in, but that's death anyway. tiziaN on the headshot. It's all on valde, and tiziaN comes in with a kill. Big will tie up the scoreline again, 17-17. From what looked like a dominant scoreline for Big to now 17-17 in OT. This game came out of nowhere. And it's valde trying to get them that. 39 kills right now. Just loving keeping track of his scoreline at the moment. But Big has tied things up, and now they're only 2 rounds away from victory as well. We could be going again. We could get another OT. We could be doing this all day long. Who knows?
valde has just been so impressive on this OG squad throughout. He's always been consistently very good for them, it feels. Never really putting many steps wrong throughout this series. Lose the k1to, who again wants the early kill, only this time there's an AWP waiting for him. So good thing he doesn't go further round the corner.
But Mantu has gone down in towards underpass. valde's going to be throwing some utility, just trying to fake out this B hit. OG have no plans to go into the B bomb site right now. They're going to go for this mid take via top mid and underpass. And tiziaN, he's got help. He's got Xantaras up here in ladder room, and Xantaras is really good in that position in regulation for the most part.
AK in hand too. Always something you've got to watch out for with Xantaras.
True, he did have to FAMAS a lot.
They've got the mid control on the OG side and loads of nades left to work with. If they could assemble a push onto a site. Oh, that smoke has missed though. They've got to make up for that.
Yeah, there goes another piece of utility. Molotov this time. flameZ has got in towards Con. tiziaN on the other side of it. Never really want to see an AWPer in this kind of close quarters battle. Gonna start to get spammed out as well. They know this play is coming up. Oh, they run right past him, but no kill for tiziaN. He could have wildly sprayed the Deagle, but was hoping they didn't see him. And because of that, there's no kill yet for Big. OG have got 2 players to the good right now. They're trying to get this planted. tabseN not able to deny, but he does get the kill onto Aleksib. Mantu looking to try and take out the AWPer, and oh, tabseN, that's a big swing. And now he's looking for another one here. It's flameZ who's gone down. k1to with a quick kill. It's on valde and NiKo. valde, he's trying to get in behind. The jump has been made, the sound cue, and k1to turns around. It's all on NiKo. 1 versus 3 to stop Big from getting up to map point and series point. NiKo runs on in, and tiziaN denies. Big are on series point. 1 more round, and they're heading to IEM Cologne main event.
tabseN picks his spot so nicely there. It's a 5v3 for OG. They're loving life. They're thinking about how they're going to win the round. And then tabseN comes in with the first kill, gets the info for the pre-fire on the second. That's where you love to have that AUG. Scoped in on that angle, going up against the AWP. And then as soon as k1to comes in from connector, all of a sudden, they've got the advantage. They've got the chance to bring themselves up to 18. Let's see if they can close it.
Look how quick this play from OG is into middle. They've sent 4 players out here almost immediately, trying to take some early mid-control away from Big. They've boosted tiziaN up into his ladder room, and tabseN, the hero of the last round, is over here at CT looking to dish out some damage from top of Ticket. NiKo, often the lurker, is up in Palace alone. Xantaras in window this time, bit of a gap here to play with. And tiziaN, this is not the most orthodox angle for an AWP, but he's missed the first shot. That might just cost him his life. The Deagle, they're trying to hunt him down, and he still gets away with a kill. flameZ put everything into trying to get that frag. And now tiziaN jumping out of the ladder room into window. They're aware the AWPer's in there. They know he's still stuck in this position. He can't have gone anywhere else. And Mantu's going to try and get rid of him, but k1to might just help out his teammate. He's been fantastic so far and might just be enough again. Looking to creep up. Aleksib spotted, shot landed, but not enough. That Itchy's going to soar in after him. And Aleksib's down to 1. Finally out of play with tiziaN's Itchy connecting. But the kill already came through from Aleksib, so it is a 3v3, and the aggression from tiziaN is taking apartment's control.
Rotate from Big fully away from the A site. The bomb's still at mid, but Big decide to gamble fairly heavily on this B bomb site, and the play could come in through short.
Oh, k1to's holding for this exact play as well. It comes down to the ladder room peek from Mantu, and that's the kill from k1to. They were looking away. No tread yet, and k1to finally down. The lineup for tabseN, and it's done. Big are going to IEM Cologne. They do it in 2 versus OG. A 2-0 win as they close out Mirage in overtime. We're coming back after the break to break down this matchup.